this is the point. If you have a specific thought, can you stop that thought? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can change your
Because
thinking.
that thought is going on to another thought.
That's true, though.
Wait a second.
It's always.
So wait a second. If you can cut the thought off and think of something else, your brain didn't do that on its own. You did it. You told your brain that.
Right.
Can you speak? Okay. So who are you?
No, but that's
Who are you?
I'm a greater consciousness.
Okay, you're a soul. Exactly. Thank you.
Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. Repentance and forgiveness of sin should be preached in his name to all nations. Let us ask God to strangely warm our hearts and set our souls on fire.
Who are you? Are you your brain? Now here's the proof.
I think, therefore I am.
Now wait a second. Who chose to think that? Does your brain have free will or do you have free will? This is the proof that you have a soul using what's called logical deductive reasoning, simple philosophy. I can prove you have a soul just using simple wisdom. Where do your thoughts come from?
Zero links in your head.
Okay, so if you're going to tell me that your thoughts come from your brain, you're telling me that you are your brain? Are you just a brain?
Yeah, your consciousness comes from within your brain.
Okay, well here now let's go to this. Now this begs the question. If your consciousness comes from your brain, let's say you have a thought going on in your brain. Are you able to stop that thought?
I got a better one.
The answer is yes. You can stop. Okay, so wait a second. So if you have a thought going on in your brain, you're able to stop it. Who's stopping it? So who are you? You're not a brain, you're a soul.
No, what? How is that?
Not making a connection.
Your brain is not making a
Wait a second. Let's say that, okay, go back to this. Your brain
Is you.
Okay, if your brain is you, now wait a second. If your brain has a thought going on and you're able to stop the thought, how can your brain be you?
Your brain is yourself. Your brain stops itself. Just like you stop
You're saying
yourself.
that
No, it can't
brain
stop
is
itself.
one-
Yes, it can.
No, someone has to
not
stop the
one
thought.
No, not what constitutes that someone has to stop the thought. No, it's okay.
You read the whole book of Enoch?
What constitutes
The Bible being the middle piece of the Bible?
Okay, listen. You let's say you have a thought. Let's say you have a thought going on in your head right now. Okay, are you able to stop it? Are you able to stop the thought? Okay, so wait a second.
It's called mindfulness, being able to let go of a thought and stop.
Now wait a second. If your brain is the one controlling the thought, but you're able to stop it, you're not your brain.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, you are. You're
made out of your surroundings.
You are your brain.
So you're
can't
telling
stop
me.
your
So you're
thoughts,
telling
thought.
me.
Therefore, you
can't
If you
stop
have a
your
thought
thoughts.
that's going on in your brain that you don't want, why are you doing it?
Sir, you were talking about deductive reasoning, right?
Yeah.
Point 1, point 2, premise 1, premise 2, conclusion. So if you are your brain, right? Your brain has a thought. What stops a thought? I stop the thought. So therefore,
So
my
who are
brain is
you?
myself.
No, wait a second.
You stop
Wait a
the
second.
thought
Hold
with
on.
the thought,
Hold on.
though. You always think.
Yeah, I'm glad you
You never
said that.
stop
Say that
thinking.
again.
Yeah, but you stop that specific
Hold on.
thought and
Only
move on to
the
Sir.
something else.
subconscious
Hold on.
when you're
Exactly, your
sleeping.
subconscious is
No, you never stop thinking.
Say that again. Say that again.
my guy.
Say that again.
You're always thinking.
Say
No
what?
matter what.
Your logical deductive reasoning. Say that again.
If you stop,
trying to
if
pass
you are your brain,
myself
so
out
let's
on
say
a
you
Greyhound
assume
bus.
you're your brain. I don't want to talk to the mic. I'm fine. So I just, because I'm trying to make sense out of this.
So I still can't.
If you stop, so you're having a thought, right? I am my brain. That's just, we're assuming that, right?
That's what you're assuming. I'm not assuming that.
Okay, so let's say, okay, so you don't have to accept the premise, that's fine. But if I am my brain
This guy is right.
and I am stopping the thought, then is it not my brain stopping the thought?
No, because you cannot stop the thought if you are your brain. That's a bad premise.
How, but why? Okay, then tell me why it's a bad premise.
Okay, can a car stop itself? It needs a driver.
And you're that driver.
Yeah, but why are we
No.
assuming that? Why that's
You're saying
how is
that I am the car.
How is that an analogy?
Okay, here's why. You're
why
saying-
is a car like a brain? Why does
Okay,
the
here's
brain
what I'm
have
trying
to
to
be
say.
a vehicle
Okay,
that someone else
because
drives?
it's called a metaphor to try and illustrate something to you that whatever is being driven has to have a driver.
Yes, but-
so if your
but
brain
why-
is thinking,
no,
let me
okay.
answer. Hold on. If your brain is being driven and thoughts are being produced,
Yes.
it has to have a driver. Okay, you are not your car. You're the driver of the car. Okay, you are not your brain. You are the driver of your brain.
So let me counter that. Why? That's okay. I agree with you. If we take the premise that the brain needs a driver, then yes. But why are we assuming that the brain needs a driver?
Because
What constitutes that and what proves that?
because something that is driven needs to have a driver.
But that's a circular fallacy. Something needs that's a circular fallacy. If something needs to be driven and it needs a driver, it needs to be driven because it's driven.
It's not a fallacy.
No, it is a
Nothing can
fallacy.
drive on its own. Every cause has
but
to have
I'm
an
not
effect.
I'm not talking about that.
This is universal law of cause and effect. Every cause has to have an effect. Every effect has to have a cause. So if something's being driven, what's the cause? It has to have a driver.
No, but that's not. No, I'm not
I'm
trying to
arguing
argue
that you are
cause
not
and
your
effect.
brain, that you are a soul.
Sir,
He's
no.
arguing you are your brain.
No, yes, because okay, you're saying that I'm not arguing that cause and effect doesn't exist. I completely agree with you on that. I'm saying that it's a fallacy to say that something that is driven needs to be driven. So in that way,
Can a
your
car
point-
drive itself?
No, I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I'm saying I don't think that the brain is inherently driven. It doesn't. I'm saying we can't compare the brain to a car with a driver. I'm saying the brain is its own entity that controls itself.
No,
And
it
it's like-
can't.
What
But
started
why
the brain?
can't it? What's your evidence, your science,
Amoeba.
your facts?
Because a
that-
car can't drive itself. You can't just
Okay,
have.
but I'm not. Okay, but I'm
Okay,
not
every
trying
cause
to.
has to have an effect, and every effect has to have a cause.
No, it's not.
Your brain can't
That's
just
right.
go. Okay, so if you have a thought, here's the proof.
The chicken
Yes
laid
or
the
no?
egg.
Are you able to stop a thought in your head? Yes or
Able
no?
to stop a thought and move on
Yes,
to
you are.
another thought.
Okay,
Yes.
so who's stopping the thought? It's
The
not your
brain
brain.
is itself
No,
stopping the
you are stopping your brain from thinking that thought. You are doing it. You are not a brain. You are a soul.
How does this
Think about it.
If your brain's thinking a thought and then it just stops itself,
Is this? Okay, let's just.
Brain doesn't
the
stop
brain-
itself though.
okay, that's what I'm
It's
trying to
always
say.
going.
But the
The brain
brain
is always
Wait a
going.
second, sir, that's not the point. This is the point. If you have a specific thought,
connected to your nervous
can you
system.
stop that thought? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Yes, you can.
can't.
Yes, you can change your
Because
thinking.
that thought is going on to another
No,
thought.
That's
no.
true, though.
Wait a second.
It's always.
So wait a second. If you can cut the thought off and think of something else, your brain didn't do that on its own. You did it. You told your brain that.
Right. But
Can
why-
you
but
speak?
why are we-
Okay.
right,
So
right,
who
but
are
that's-
you?
No, but that's.
Who are you?
I'm a greater consciousness.
Okay, you're a soul. Exactly. Thank you. Okay. So there's proof you have a soul.
No, but
Okay.
why is the greater
So this man just
consciousness
proved
not
my
being
point.
produced by the brain?
He just proved my point. You have a soul. You're a greater consciousness that can control your thoughts and change
Yeah.
your thoughts.
No, but
You're
what's
not
the
your
Matter,
brain.
antimatter.
No,
No,
For
but
every
you're
molecule
basing-
of matter, there's a molecule of
Do you
antimatter.
admit that you have a soul?
Doesn't-
So what happens to your soul after your brain dies? Because your soul's separate from your brain. You stand before God.
Here's a good
And you get
example.
judged.
Can you just take a back
Here's a good
step?
example. If you
Right.
cut your leg off, you still think your leg is there once it's cut off. A lot of people know that. It's called a phantom pain or a phantom. It's always still there. So when you cut your whole body off, you think your body is still there when you die. I've
I
heard.
don't really agree
Sir.
with that, but okay.
Yeah.
Sir, the whole point is you are not your brain. You can change your
but I'm
thought.
talking about existence after death, physical death. There is existence.
So wait, so
after
the whole point is
physical death.
you admit that we have a soul.
Well, of course.
Okay, so Jesus proves what happens to the soul.
He did.
So okay, so then you stand
Greatest
before God.
philosopher in the world.
That's why he rose from
I'm
the
not going to
dead.
argue with him, and he can have his own opinion. That's fine.
Him and
What I'm
Buddha,
saying is,
and-
impersonally.
You're not a brain, bro. You're more than a brain.
But are you basing this off
No, but why
Christianity?
can't?
I'm
why
basing it
can't-
off of wisdom.
Why is the
But
brain? Why can't the
you
brain
can't-
be
but you can't say
everything?
that. Are you basing it
Are you
off,
telling me
like-
you are your brain?
Yes.
I am a brain.
The
Is
brain
my
is
brain
the
I
brain.
just proved to you that you're not your
Okay,
brain.
You're
let's
born,
tell me
your
this.
brain
Can
is
I-
I like this, eh?
Yeah.
I just proved you're not your
Would
brain.
would you agree that what shapes our experiences is our reality around us?
It could.
What do you mean?
Perception is
Like
reality.
if
What
I
you see is reality.
What if
If
there's
I
a
feel
what if
cold on my
what if
hand.
there's a reality in a different realm called the spiritual realm that could shape you?
what evidence do you have to support the spiritual realm existing?
Because Jesus rose from the dead and he cast demons out of
Okay,
people,
but
which
what
shows
evidence
that
do you
there's
have to
demons.
that
To be
happening?
fair, you
Hard
can't make an
evidence.
argument on
Jesus rose from the dead. We have the
Christianity when we
evidence.
don't
No, but
know
what's
who
like
most of us
pictures, like this mathematics, like
Everybody
something
else.
scientific.
It's called history. You can have you can have math, you can
Yeah,
have
but
science,
history
you
is
can have
subjective.
history.
It can be go
No,
by the
science
Big
is
Bang.
subjective.
Science is not subjective.
Science is
1
very
+ 1 is
subjective.
2. Atoms
That's
exist.
math. That's not science.
Oh, the
The
soul
math is
exists.
science, actually.
Science. Do you know what science means in Latin?
They hooked up monitors to people
Just
when
means
they
knowledge.
died.
So then, if you're gonna say that, I get to say
that's
history.
wrong. It's knowledge.
The aura of that person.
No, in Latin,
still
science
exists.
means knowledge. So that means I could then say, well, history is not. History is science.
Philosophy. Science does not mean knowledge.
So
in Latin.
beautiful.
Yes, it does.
Philosophy is the study of knowledge.
No, this is wisdom. Trust me. So
Nothing to
listen.
worry about. I like your hat.
God bless you.
I like your
Listen.
winter hat.
Like, it's bro. I'm gonna tell
You have to. If you're gonna tell me history is subjective, we have a serious problem. So everything you did yesterday. Okay, so wait a second. So if you tell me everything that you did yesterday, and I just don't believe you, it's all subjective. What are you gonna tell me? No, I know it happened. I was there. I lived my
But like,
shoes.
who's to say that, I remember things differently and it's subjective and it's true?
Sometimes all you need to
History,
do is
unless we have video recording photos, history changes, it evolves and grows based on the discourse that the society.
Let's go back to this. Yesterday you did stuff, okay?
I did
You
stuff.
tell me what you did, and I tell you, no, I don't believe you, it's subjective. You tell me this guy's a nut, because I know this
But I don't
happened.
tell you this guy's a nut. I'm saying how I try to remove myself and be like, okay, maybe I didn't eat waffles for breakfast yesterday.
Never
Maybe I
mind
actually
that.
ate pancakes.
a bee's
It
honeycomb.
changes, right? Like
Where a
I'm not
bee
gonna try to anger you. You can have your opinion. I'm just saying.
When George Washington sat in office as president of the United States, that never changed. That happened.
Yeah,
okay?
because it's recorded.
Okay,
It's something
so
concrete.
we have the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus was recorded.
And it's just
Physical
It's
because-
concrete
But
history.
just because something is recorded doesn't mean in the moment it can't be changed.
It existed.
I'm not saying that Jesus didn't exist. I believe that he existed. Whether or not he was actually the Son of God and
Give
had
him
a
one.
second
Did
coming.
you get one? My YouTube channel's at the bottom.
There was a person
I'm
that
not trying to
adhered
anger
to
you. I
the
just think we have
spiritual
two
realm.
different worldviews that construct.
Yeah, I know we do.
reality and how we
But
he
the whole
lived
point
a
is, bro, you're not a brain, you're a soul. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
You're a soul.
Yeah,
You're a
working
soul
on it, buddy.
made in the image of God with a conscience. You have feelings and emotion.
You'll get better with time.
God
Like
bless you,
wine.
my friend. What's that?
Take care, brother.
Jesus says, John 15:2, the Holy Spirit will, God will prune you as you do more of His work.
You talk about brain? I have something that I have to.
You know about
My friend, if you love your brain, stop destroying it with the alcohol. If you love your brain, stop destroying it with this. If you love your brain, stop destroying it. Yes, if you love
I
your
have the
brain.
stress. That's why I have.
Jesus can take away your stress better than any alcohol, my friend. Jesus can take away your stress better than any alcohol, for sure, for sure. You don't need alcohol, you don't need cigarettes. You need Jesus and His wisdom. You need the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords to take away your stress. For sure, for sure.